Hello everyone, and
Hello,
welcome
everyone.
to this 1 month later.
It's been at least 2 months.
We could easily check, but we won't.
No. We've got a producer to do that who also won't check. So that means because it's been so long, we've forgotten the format completely, right? I don't even know what the list of things is. You probably need to see the list of things, don't you? I should send you that. We're going to pretend like none of that shit happened. We're going to say hello again, and then we're going to pretend we know what we're doing.
No, that's boring. That was some high quality entertainment.
So, worst thing in the world is...
Fascism.
Yes, because fascism is bad. Okay?
That's right, kids. Don't do fascism.
Don't do fascism.
And the best thing in the world
is fire, the source of all life and such. Last week, year, who knows? We finished on Star Trek, which is freaking awesome, and we will do a Star Trek episode because we definitely didn't have enough time. So we should run the old wheel. That's the next thing that happens on this show, right?
it is. And I've got a new Yeti to drink from.
Ooh, let's see the Yeti.
I've got both the hot shot cap and a water bottle cap because it's a bottle Yeti.
Oh, what's the model of that? Because I might have to investigate.
It's still a Rambler, but it's from the bottles lineup and not the mugs lineup.
Ooh, but it's still got the sweet thermosiness.
It's still insulated.
Yep.
It's a Rambler, but it has a deeper thread at the top so it can be properly sealed.
Brilliant. Maybe we should reach out to them and see if they want to sponsor us, seeing as we keep giving them a load of free advertising anyway.
There is a lady at work who I discovered when I was in the States a couple of weeks ago. She lives near the Yeti factory store.
Ooh.
She's got all the Yetis, like a comical amount. I'll send you the picture.
Does she get cheapy shit because it's a factory store?
I don't know if it's so much cheap. Maybe there are offers, but more like you can get anything and everything there.
Nice. I've got a lovely beer on the go, so whatever happens, I'm drinking this as well. It's already open, but I'll tell you all about it after we've spun the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Are we ready to spin that wheel?
Yes, we are. Do it. It's brilliant.
I think it's already happening.
Spin
I
it.
think that was Sarah making it happen.
Okay.
It's happening.
Doing it. Got it.
Oh, I got my fancy light that I could make all spinny.
Ooh.
You won't see it.
Musk. As in Elon Musk, I'm guessing, rather than
The scent.
the smell.
Yeah.
It's now spinning.
It's not.
Okay. Second spin.
No, you can't see that.
Second spin is
The
colour red.
okay. Broad. Right. Fair.
And the third thing we will be rating today is Tolkien.
Oh, dang.
Christ. That's another couple of hours. What beer you on, Cal?
Hobgoblin IPA.
Nice. I've got Otter Head, a big, sexy 18th century party in my mouth.
Which how sanitary.
Except with, better standards of personal hygiene.
What are we starting with? Musk.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm going to make an effort to take a slightly not totally negative Musk stance.
Okay.
Through Tesla, he did revolutionise the electric vehicle market. I don't think that's particularly
He
challenging.
did. And while Teslas themselves might not be great sometimes, and also the whole loads of lithium for batteries thing is still currently quite bad, he's made stuff go in the right direction. Other people are now rushing to catch up, which probably is good in terms of research and stuff.
Yes.
He did make the Cybertruck.
I like the crazy random design of it when it was a concept a couple of years ago, but now they've made it, apparently it's really bad and it rusts.
I like the way that no matter how you're hit with it as a pedestrian, it will slice you in half.
He was a big part of PayPal. I mean, he is PayPal. That's where he came from. That's
where he got his dosh from, wasn't it?
That's where he got his starter dosh from. PayPal, love it or hate it, it was a big part of the e-commerce.
Really was. You could argue that if PayPal hadn't happened, then good things like Apple Pay might not have happened.
Yeah. It was one of the first ways to move payments outside of the classic banks.
He's smooth. He's anatomically incorrect.
You reckon he's like a Ken doll?
Yeah. I think he's probably had it surgically removed because it would have been a distraction. And he's got so much he wants to do with his life that he's probably just snip done. Balls and all, so he's not got the urges.
Balls and all, so he can focus.
Yeah.
For me, it seems like he's good at getting crazy things going that then become viable, and then he should leave and let other people run the business.
Is it enough to say this is a Musk project without anyone ever actually seeing his stupid face or listening to his stupid voice?
No, because he does lead and push and make stuff happen.
Has he done space himself yet? Because obviously Bezos, who we've addressed in a previous episode, went and got himself some space.
I don't know.
I would. If I owned a massive space tech company who was doing all the flights for NASA, had huge amounts of government funding, and I'd have a go, wouldn't you?
He loves free speech.
But then he's the one who let Trump back onto the platform. The hateful, violence inciting bastard.
Free speech.
Hey, in good news, I know it's got nothing to do with it, but all 34 charges.
Yeah, they're pretty limp charges though, but from what I looked at, it's not the stuff, even if you're a regular human, you still won't go to prison for them.
It does mean that the GOP are now knowingly nominating a felon for president, which I think is glorious.
Not the GOP though, it's the people, they're voters. I think the GOP would rather have someone else, but they can't now because he's out of the box, this little orange genie. Musk is also very unpopular, and I feel it's almost gone a bit too far. Turns out I don't feel too strongly about
We've
him.
not really said much bad about him, other than he's monkey balls fucking crazy.
He's not worse than fascism.
Next up was, I believe, the entire concept of the colour red.
What has red ever done for us?
It's one of the primary colours in both light and what's it called? The powder.
Pigment.
Pigments. There you go. Because they're different. The primary colours of light are different to the primary colours of
Well, that's
pigment.
true. Yeah, one's red, green, blue, isn't it? And then the other one is
Red,
something else.
yellow, blue.
But what has actually given us danger signs? Don't eat this bug.
Yeah. 1/3 of everything we see.
We would still see it without red, though. It would just be a different colour.
You know how you hated it when I didn't have this calibrated properly and I was too yellow? Right? That, but much worse.
That's true, but I wouldn't know because that would be all that I know.
Oh, so are we saying, how do we feel about red if it went away now?
That's better. Yeah, no, we should, because if it never existed,
then it wouldn't be on
valid.
the wheel because we
wouldn't be on the wheel. Okay, so if it went away now, then yeah, everything would be proper fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
No brake lights.
No
brake lights. Lots of crashes.
Yeah. I wouldn't know that this was recording properly because we wouldn't have the little red dot in the corner.
In fact, I couldn't leave because that's a red button.
That's a red button. Oh, you could probably still see the button, but yeah, you would.
Shut up, Sean. Infrared, I guess it depends on how far are we taking red, visible spectrum red, or the actual heat component, because then we're getting cold.
The heat component as well is still infrared, isn't it?
Oh, well, in that case, we're losing a significant amount of energy from the sun. I think blue light has more energy, but I think we'll be getting cold as well.
You know, fire, our number one thing.
Oh,
right?
It would be gone.
It'd be gone. Well,
only blue flames. I think there's a good chance without red we might die.
You think?
Red's gone from your blood. Is the hemoglobin still going to work?
Oh, would it just be the colour that disappeared? So you'd still have blood. You'd still have red blood cells, but now they'd just be called blood cells.
Sunrises and sunsets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
Sunrise, sunset.
Well, they'd still be there, but they'd be just yellow, right?
A lot less dramatic.
Yeah. The best sunrises and sunsets are the ones that have kind of purple in them. But
I don't think it'd be yellow. I think it would be blue.
Yeah, there wouldn't be any purple because there wouldn't be any red to mix with blue to make purple.
Oh, yeah, what other colours do we lose if we lose red?
We would lose purple. We would lose pink. We would lose orange.
Remote controls not working.
Oh, because there'd be no infrared.
Yeah, so unless they're wireless or like Bluetooth or something.
All right, red is going to come up dead high.
I'm not going to feel as emotional about it as fire.
It flies under the radar quite a bit. It's one of those, it's like a really good sound engineer at a gig. If you don't know they're there, they're doing a great job.
How do we know stuff's on standby if there's no red? How do we know which speaker cable to plug in?
Oh! Well, it'd be the one that's not yellow.
Stereo is going to be out of phase around the world.
Oh, it's going to be awful until you figure it out and then switch them around. That could take days.
Probably low down on the list of issues.
Roses would be shit.
There are many colours of rose.
Yeah, but the best roses are they got your
red roses.
Your reds and your fiery oranges and your purple. None of them roses. All gone. Dead. And while we're on roses, we probably wouldn't be able to identify a few of the chocolates in the box of chocolates because Was the wrappers? I don't know. Which one's the strawberry one? No fucker knows.
I wouldn't mind a strawberry one right now. I like them.
I do. I like strawberry and the orange ones. I'm a fan of the fruities.
I like the fruity chocolates. Yeah. Tolkien?
Yeah.
Why did we talk about him in such depth recently? Were we rating the Lord of the Rings or something?
Alan Lee.
Yeah, kind of balding, white-haired, cheery little fella just down here. Forgot.
Yeah, he's the less cool of the two designer guys who worked on Lord of the Rings.
Less cool?
Yeah, that's Alan Lee. The other one is John Howe, who looks like a 16th century witchfinder.
In terms of looks?
Yeah.
Tolkien wrote my favouriteest book of all time, which is Lord of the Rings, which I read all the time as a kid.
Have you still got your original copy?
I do, but it's in bits.
Because
it was one tome.
Oh, the big chunky one.
Yeah, with Gandalf on the cover in the green fields. It's kind of a famous picture of Gandalf. But that fell apart ages ago. Now I just have the Alan Lee one that we saw in the Alan Lee episode, which is beautiful. And I have some other paperbacks that are for reading. But I've also got the Silmarillion. I've got the full set of the history of Middle-earth.
Credit where credit's due. That's Christopher Tolkien.
We're just rating Tolkien.
Oh, that's true. We didn't specify which one.
And The Hobbit is also awesome. Read that a zillion times.
You have a very nice copy of The Hobbit, specifically for you to read to the boys.
And I have a beat-to-shit old paperback version of The Hobbit.
I don't think I own a copy of Lord of the Rings. Like, I've read it a lot, but it's one of those books that just goes missing.
Well, August is easy for your birthday, then.
There you go. Get me a nice copy of Lord of the Rings.
For those who have not read in detail, Tolkien wrote some really fucked up stuff. Is it Turin who goes off, has lots of terrible adventures, kills his bestie, ends up smooching his sister? Turin, in theory, comes back at the last battle, I think, to punch Morgoth in the face.
In his big, stupid Dark Lord face. Sauron, second fiddle.
Yeah, he's also misrepresented because he was just wanted to really industrialise and bring economic growth to Middle-earth. He wanted to recruit the orcs who had been much maligned and discriminated against as a people.
Totally elves.
It is a kind of fun, thorny question in Lord of the Rings because the orcs are pretty overtly evil.
It's the same problems that D&D got into. To have an entire race that is inherently evil, it's a bit racist and it's a bit deterministic. So you have to have the exceptions. But the problem D&D had was that the drow exceptions were really cool because they were basically drizzed. And then every single drow anyone ever met in any D&D campaign was like, oh, I'm an exile from the drow homelands. I'm actually really nice. There were no
all exiles, really. No one's left. No one's left.
No.
All exiles.
If you go down to Menzo Berezin, it's fucking empty. It's like most high streets these days. There's no fucker there.
Tolkien.
Wrote a lot of brilliant books. Wrote some weird oddities like Farmer Giles of Ham, which I love.
He was a noted English scholar, an Oxford Don, a specialist in literature, in Anglo-Saxon literature. Also, arguably, the founder of modern fantasy.
Yeah, I don't think that's particularly... No one's going to be arguing against that.
Modern elves and dwarves, as you imagine them, for D&D and countless other things. Warhammer fantasy. He did borrow stuff from Norse, so the dwarves, as we know them now, kind of Norse dwarfs from historical legend. It's kind of adapted a bit. So he brought a lot of stuff in, and there was Finnish stuff too. I think the Rings.
He was a massive fan of Beowulf, in particular.
English poetry and the Green Knight. I've got his copy of the Green Knight.
The reason why he went ahead and created all this stuff partly was because he wanted to ground his languages that he'd been making in something, but also he hated the fact that unlike most other modern European countries who had brilliant old folklore and tales and stuff, we didn't really have that. We'd sort of lost our mythology, and so he wanted us to have some of our own. And not that he thought we would believe any of it was true, but that's why Middle-earth is called Middle-earth, because it's meant to be like the ancient histories of the world.
And I hold true to the headcanon that the Númenóreans had high technology and flying ships.
Not if Rings of Power is to be believed, which I love, by the way.
I enjoy Rings of Power. We'll see how it goes.
We all saw the Sauron reveal coming from a way off, right?
I just happen to be an amazing blacksmith too. And then he teaches Celebrimbor some stuff, who is the craftsman part.
Tell me, Rings, you say. Curious, tell me more about this.
Not sure in Tolkien's writing that Galadriel ever had a bit of frisson with Sauron.
They didn't do anything. They might have done. They might still do.
She figured it out at the end, though, didn't she?
Doesn't mean that she's not gonna, get herself a bit of dark wrath.
I wouldn't put it past Amazon. That's right.
Let's.
Musk, Red, Tolkien. I concede Red is more important, but Tolkien's had a huge impact.
Yeah, Musk definitely last. Red is important, but it's like one of those invisible important things.
Tolkien, like Lord of the Rings, read so many times that taught me, raised all these role models of doing heroic things, being good.
Faramir,
So that's
big role
formative for me. Faramir. And Boromir is a resurgent popular figure now. Like people appreciate the flawed, tragic nature of him. How you rate him?
No, I reckon it's the same. I can't in all good conscience put Red above Tolkien because I love Tolkien. And in the same way, if Oxygen had come up, obviously it's more important than Tolkien, but I wouldn't put it above Tolkien. So, Musk.
Ugh.
I'd pitch him somewhere around Bezos. I think they're probably in the same
I just
ballpark.
don't care enough. What's that? Loose women above Bezos?
It is. And
And
then
then what's above that?
social media.
And then okay, I would put him just below that beer. What was that? Elvis juice?
Elvis juice. Yeah. You reckon Musk's better than social media?
Oh, but I really hate social media, and I think it's tragic and
That's true. You do hate social media.
a real threat to Western democracy in its current form.
I think I would want to put Musk below Loose Women because I think Loose Women's relatively inoffensive.
So then the compromise point is in between loose women and social media.
I think so, yeah. Let's go with that. Bosh, compromise. Ba-ding.
Red.
Red. All right. Well, red's really important. Red is very important. But is it better than Under Siege?
Oh, you're starting down there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably better than Under Siege. Is red more important than tectonic plates?
We wouldn't have magma.
We would. It just wouldn't be as exciting to
Hot.
photograph.
Without red, could I walk on magma? Because there'd be less heat.
Is the heat of magma the infrared spectrum?
It's red.
A lot of things are red that aren't
Like,
hot.
my kids, I say don't touch it if it's red because that means it's hot. Like there's a hot heating element. Without red, I could walk on lava and magma.
As a base thing to tell your kids.
I've changed my tune on red.
Because, yeah, no, I see why you tell them that, but it's not actually true, is it?
Shut up, you don't know what it's like. Having to explain things in ways that tiny people understand.
All right.
All right, what's that just under the NHS? It looks like a big brush. DNA. Is it? What?
No, that's millennials.
All right.
It's on its side, and it literally says the word millennials over it.
It's very small on my screen. Very small. Wales. Oh, Wales. Oh, I see that one.
Gaffer tape. Ooh, gaffer tape.
Do you like gaffer tape?
Hmm.
I'm going to put it just under gaffer tape.
Put red
No.
under gaffer tape.
No, just under Wales.
Just under Wales.
Just above Wales. Just above Wales. Right,
okay.
above Wales.
Above
just
Wales.
above Wales.
Between Wales and Silk Road, you'll go.
Silk Road. Just above Silk Road.
Just above Silk Road. Okay.
A little tactical to push Silk Road down just a bit.
Yeah. I think I'd probably put it higher than that because it's red,
Yeah, but walking on magma. Where do you want to put it?
I would like to put red. I think it's better than Gen X.
Ooh.
Because there's been some not good Gen X. There's been some great Gen X. Probably bounces out overall. But I don't think it's as good as Merry Christmas from Fort Lauderdale, which was fucking amazing.
That's back out, by the way.
Is it?
Uh-huh. Right, so you want it there, I want it there.
Why is it back out? It's June.
Don't question a gift horse. Oh, so we're duking it over Alan Lee. Just above Alan Lee. I will concede that.
All right, above Alan Lee.
Just above Alan Lee.
Deal. Done.
Big Tolkien.
Big Papa T.
Now, one of the reasons why I love Oxford is because that's Tolkien City.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you drink an Eagle and Child, and you go see his grave. Walk where Tolkien walked. Anyway, what's that under fire? Is that Earth?
That is the moon.
Oh, it's the moon.
The moon.
Oh, I think I like Tolkien more than the moon. He's given me some big stories. I'm going to put him just under fire.
Mm. Interesting. So better than Trek. Trek is another thing I'm very passionate about. So I would kind of benchmark it against that. But I think I do prefer the works of Tolkien to the works of Roddenberry and subsequent Trek writers. Oxford, I love, but I don't live there anymore. I don't go there very often. But the moon is really important. So I would go between Oxford and the moon. Which means we have to split the moon in half and insert Tolkien in the middle.
We have an impasse.
Mm.
I will agree to bring it just under the moon.
So we'll go Tolkien, moon. Fine.
Deal.
Done.
Right.
How good does that chicken smell?
Really good. I'm going to go eat it right now because it's getting cold.